ready?
I don't know, dude. Isn't it a little early to have a Halloween party?
Man, I told you. We have to make up for last year. That sucked a big one.
Yeah, I killed you.
I killed you.
Who was that?
I don't know. I do not remember who I invited.
You? Protect me! Please don't kill me.
Hey, man.
Brian?
You like my costume?
No. Dude, you scared the shit out of us.
Good, because it's Halloween.
Well, everyone's here. Let's groove on down to Party Town.
Actually, I want to talk to Nick about some camera stuff.
What? Guys, this isn't work time. This is groove on down to Party Town time.
Dude, we'll be quick, I promise.
Well, farts. Guess it's just us for now.
For now.
Yeah. What happened?
Spider!
Wait. Where's Brian? Didn't he come in here with you?
I don't know. I thought he was with me. Hey Brian! The fuck is this? Game time?
Game time.
I'm reading.
Oh, you can read?
Fuck you.
Well, what does it say?
It says fuck you.
Wait. What's that?
Dude, it's Colin.
Nick, this isn't good.
Dude, it's a nice monitor, man.
Dude! It's a nice monitor. Fuck you.
Hey, man, that's not nice.
Nick.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. There's another page. Hello, Tulp.
That's us.
You fucking inbreds. That's us too!
For too long, you two have corrupted the entertainment flow of YouTube,
Debatable.
spewing your shit-cursed opinions. Well, this is my show now. You're my entertainment now. I've placed cameras all around the house in places you'll never find. Leave the living room, and I'll know. The funny ones will be punished.
The funny ones?
Yeah, I think it means Colin and Brian.
The funny ones?
Entertain me well, and perhaps I'll let you go. Do anything outside of what's written in the notebook, and your friends will be punished.
Signed, Mr. X.
This is crazy, man. Who doesn't think we're entertaining? If our fans had a problem with us, they would let us know.
Yeah, or they'd trap us in my living room and threaten to torture Colin.
I don't know, man. It says he's got cameras everywhere. Nobody has that many cameras.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of freaking out anyway.
Watch.
Wait!
See? Oh, God! What happened?
Look.
Dude, Colin loves corn.
Dude, you can't leave the room again. What if he kills Colin?
What do we do now?
Well, I guess we better get started.
Idea number 1, go fish.
Well, at least it's not weird.
Idea number 2, naked go fish.
Ah.
Idea 10, sock puppets. Idea 23, cornhole. Idea 46, do the South Kentucky sausage pump. What's the South Kentucky sausage pump?
I don't know.
Well, I guess we better get started. Do you have any swordfish?
No.
Oh.
Go fish?
Oh yeah.
Do you have a shark?
Yeah.
Well, at least we're not playing naked go fish.
It's time to duel.
それはあなたの歯を磨く時間です。
何？野菜が大好きです。Okay, you start.
Okay.
I saw Steve by the flowers.
Okay, I got that. Wait a minute, this game doesn't work because you're just going to repeat back to me what I just said.
I got squeezed in the shower.
How did you mess that up?
Woo! Woo! Yeah! Yeehaw! Are you sure this is what it says we're supposed to do? Hell yeah, it is!
Let me see that. It says poker!
Yeah! Alright, I think this is the next one. You know what, dude? I don't want to do this anymore. Fuck it!
Fuck it?
Yeah, fuck it! Fuck it! Fuck it! Fuck it! Fuck it!
Fuck it?
Fuck it! Man, fuck this Mr. X guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the name of the guy from Resident Evil 2. I bet you that's where he got it from. Resident Evil 7's a better game anyway.
Yep, sure.
Hey, what is it, by the way?
What's what?
The South Kentucky sausage pump?
Will?
Crank it! Huh? Oh my god, it's Brian! Wait.
What?
He's asleep. Did he scream in his sleep? Does Brian get the sleepy screams?
Well, it doesn't matter. The monitor doesn't have sound. Wait a minute. The monitor doesn't have sound. You know what this means, right?
Uh-huh. I was
scream
speakers
come
from
from
this
the
monitor
monitor
if I took it.
What are you talking about?
This means that it came from Canada.
Close
From
by.
close to the heart. Close by. Yeah, it came from close by. I got that.
Let's go find where it came from. Oh, and really?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go.
Nobody behind here. No, not in here. No, I don't know where they are.
I found Colin.
Ugh. He looks like a melted troll doll.
He looks like a deflated waterbed.
Looks like a mangled tuna casserole drenched in low-fat ranch.
He looks like a pug. What the fuck?
You two have misbehaved.
I think that's Mr. X, dude.
Yeah, no shit.
What do we do now?
You do what I tell you to do.
Hey, fuck you, pal. We figured you out. We got Colin.
Yeah, but he sells Brian, remember?
Hey, where's Brian?
You wanna know where Brian is?
Where is he? Hush, Colin. We're trying to have a conversation.
He can't hush because I put a million tiny little beetles in his ass. And if I press this button, it'll tickle his insides and he'll shit his pants.
Okay.
And die!
Oh.
And I'll sell his PlayStation VR and you can never play it again.
No.
You fucking shut your mouth. Oh shit, Colin.
Oh, this is bad.
I know, we can't lose Colin. Hold on, Colin.
Colin, why is he doing this? Can you tell us anything? He's upset.
And?
I don't get it. Brian's upset with the channel? He loves the channel. No, he did love the channel. But then, the Resident Evil 2 review.
Oh. I get it.
What do you get?
Brian, I know what this is about.
What's it about?
If you could keep your mouth shut, we would have had a nice time at the party, but you couldn't, could you? We had to be, oh, I'm too cool, I'm too smart to like Resident Evil 2. What the fuck is up, guys? My name is Nick, and I'm a stupid dipshit.
You're doing this because you don't like the review? Come on, Brian, don't you think this is a little much? Look what you've done to Colin! Yes, Beatles!
You're right, Zane, it is a little much. I could let you guys go if this stubborn butt fart admits that he's wrong.
Nick?
Brian,
Yes?
Resident Evil 7 is better.
What?
You heard me.
Prove it!
Beatles! Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. What the fuck is up, guys? My name is Nick, and you're watching LaughNGrowFat Reviews. Resident Evil 2 Remake got a glowing reception from just about everyone. After Resident Evil basically became an action game with Resident Evil 6, fans were clamoring for a return to survival horror. And just when all hope was lost, we got a remake of one of the greatest Resident Evils of all time. And it was the return of survival horror that everybody wanted. Except, hold on, am I forgetting something? No, I'm not. So thanks for watching, and that's the end of the video. Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil 2 Remake would have been the return of survival horror that everyone wanted if it hadn't been for a little game that came out 2 years earlier called Resident Evil 7. This was the true return of Resident Evil and the game that everyone was actually waiting for. And even though it was a massive success and everybody loved it, we've all seemed to have forgotten about it. Nowadays, it's all about Resident Evil 2 this or Resident Evil 2 that. Well, you know what? Fuck that. I haven't forgotten about it. And I think it's way better than Resident Evil 2 Remake. And I'm gonna tell you why, except I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Now that would be telling, Ethan. And I don't do spoilers.
Because unlike Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 7 is actually worth playing.
Oh my god!
Bruh.
Relax, it's just a joke. Now, I mentioned in my RE2 review that the atmosphere in that game wasn't all that good. It had the darkness and the zombie groans, but ultimately it didn't make me feel nervous about my environment. So how does RE7 fix this? 3 words. Random ass noises. Random ass noise? Like you're walking down the hall and then, oh shit is right. Okay, I'm done now. Random noises will play all throughout the entire game. What do these noises mean? Who fucking knows? That's what makes them special. You never become desensitized to these, because there's so many of them that I don't even know if I ever heard the same noise twice. And it depends on your environment, so noises you hear in the house are different from noises you hear outside or in the basement. And you never know if the game is just fucking with you or if there's actually something making those noises, because sometimes there is, which makes you super fucking paranoid that no matter what you're doing or where you are, there could be danger. That is atmosphere. Not just making things dark, which RE7 does, but it does in tandem with these noises. In RE2, the only time you'll hear a noise is when there's actually an enemy, so you figure out pretty quickly when you should be on your guard and when you can chill. RE7 doesn't let you have that, and because it frequently puts new enemies in areas you've already explored, you never get to rest, except for safe rooms. Although, sometimes someone puts a fucking head in your safe room and then you start to think, not even the safe rooms are actually safe. But there's another part of the atmosphere that's sound related. The music. And goddamn it's good. Now the safe room music is great. It makes you feel warm inside but has a haunting quality to it that reminds you that you're gonna get fucked when you leave. But the safe room music isn't the only music track, so what about the rest of it? Well, it's fucking great. The music in RE7 really turns the atmosphere up to 11. There are parts where the music alone was enough to make me question my life choices.
Oh, I just want the music to stop.
But what about the music in RE2? Well, it's actually pretty good, but you'll never fucking know because the sound mixing completely drowns out the music in favor of sound effects. I heard so little of the music in RE2 that I had to go back and turn everything else all the way down to confirm that there even was music. Now I think the reason they did this is because they wanted to make sure that that fancy binaural audio shit was front and center, but come on, it's such a waste of music. But atmosphere isn't everything, so what about the gameplay? Well, the complaint I had about RE2 being bullshit hard isn't a problem here. As I mentioned in my RE2 review, you can shoot your enemy but waste precious resources. You can fairly easily avoid them, but you'll have to deal with them later. Or you can knife them with lots of success. It accomplishes this balance so well because the enemies are designed well. See, the molded in RE7 don't act like zombies as much as they act like fucking regenerators from Resident Evil 4. They're pretty unnerving sometimes because their movement is so inhuman, and they can always attack you, and I mean always. Even if you take off all their limbs, they will still try to attack you. But to balance this, they did a couple things.
First of all, they really only become aggressive when you're attacking them. They will still follow you and try to attack you if you ignore them, but not nearly as much. This makes running past them a very real option. No double lunge suction bullshit like in RE2. Secondly, you have a brand new ability, the block. This allows you to negate some of the damage headed your way, and there is no limit to blocking, so you can do it whenever the fuck you want. This makes fighting them easier, but it also makes knifing them an actual option in the event that you run out of ammo. But in addition to that, it also does what RE4 does, and you can stun them a little if you knife them in the face. You can't fucking suplex them, but sometimes a little stun is all you need. And trust me, you will be low on ammo sometimes, so it's important that you're able to use the knife. In RE2, if you run out of ammo, you're pretty much fucked because running past a zombie without stunning them is luck, and the knife doesn't seem to phase the zombies most of the time. So if you don't have the ammo to stun them, you're just, well, fucking bend over. But there's another aspect of the gameplay that not only improves the combat, but it also improves the horror. Saying horror really fast makes it sound like I'm saying whore, and I'm trying really hard not to make it sound like I'm saying whore. Horror. RE7 is in first person. This changes everything, and has such an impact on the game that I don't know why they didn't try this sooner. So the first person camera gives you a lot of control that you didn't have before. Aiming is more precise, and navigating around tricky situations is easier. But there's a catch. See, you can only see what's in front of you. This achieves the same effect that the static camera angles do in the original games. You don't have all the information, so there's always an element of mystery, and that mystery is what makes the game scary. If you hear a noise, it's not just as simple as pan the camera around you, or see what's behind the corner because you've got the fucking all-seeing eye. In RE7, looking around the corner puts you in danger, and turning around to see what's behind you means you now don't know what's coming from the direction you were just looking in. And even though there's a quick turn, you still can't ever see what's behind you. So if you're running from something, you just have to hope that it isn't right on your fucking ass, because turning around means stopping. This adds so much in the way of horror, but it also adds a lot of tension to pretty much every situation. So then, let me ask this question real quick. Why is RE2 in third person? If you've ever used or seen the first person mod for Resident Evil 2 Remake, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It really does elevate the game. It doesn't fix all my problems, but it makes it a whole lot scarier, and I just can't figure out why it wasn't at least an option. Another thing tied to the first person camera is the cutscenes. All of the cutscenes happen without cutting. Now, it does take the control away from the player, but they're still a whole hell of a lot better than they are in Resident Evil 2. In RE7, the scares and reveals are so much more intense because of this. Everything is right in your face, and because the cutscenes are all still from your perspective, you never know when you're going to regain control, so you're always on the edge of your seat during them. Contrast that with RE2, where cutscenes are shot like movies. Yeah, sure, they look great, but it completely takes you out of the immersion when that happens. And it happens a lot. Take this scene, for example. Sherry tells Claire that something is behind her, but we can already see that because the camera is showing us. If this scene was in first person, it would have been fantastic. Imagine Sherry tells you that he's behind you, and you turn around and Birkin is right in your fucking face. You couldn't see him before you turned around because you were looking at Sherry. So the surprise of an eyeball monster catches you off guard. This right here is a very similar scene in RE7. When you grab that dog head, Jack is right in your fucking face throwing you around and shit. And you actually feel it because even though you can't move, it still happens from your perspective. Now there's one other thing about Resident Evil 7 that's super great that comes from the first person camera. The whole game is playable in VR. And boy howdy does it mean business. In my opinion, Resident Evil 7 is far and away the scariest Resident Evil ever made because of the things that I talked about earlier. It's also in VR. Let that sink in. The combination is so evil that it makes me want to become a monk and move to the forest so I can get as far away as possible. Resident Evil 7 is either an absolute joy or a trauma-inducing nightmare, depending on how fucked in the head you are. Every single thing I talked about is amplified by 10 when you're in VR. Every fucking noise makes your whole body tense up, and when Jack grabs you, your sphincter puckers so hard that the shit in your intestine nopes its way back into your stomach. And because I'm a piece of shit, I made Zane go through what I consider the scariest part of Resident Evil 7 in VR, having never played the game before.
Ah, God! Yeah! That's okay. I'm not scared, I'm just angry. That's about as far into this room as I'd like to go, please.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for right there.
What am I looking for, dude?
The D-series arm.
The what?
The D-series arm.
The D-series arm. Hey, if you move, I'm gonna break some form of technology. Wait. Dude, this music is changing and shit. Have you heard the music? Oh no! Oh God! Ah! Oh, Nick! Come on! Oh my God, dude! I'm gonna fucking kill you after this. You are. Ah! God Almighty! Oh my God! I'm never playing this. You just ruined it for me. It's over. I can hear you laughing, and I don't appreciate it. Woo! Dude! Fry the music! Oh, I'm so mad.
You did it!
Can I be done?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, shit. Yay! Hope you got what you needed. Hope that was good for you.
Oh, it was. Ain't that just family-friendly fun? Now, the VR is exclusive to the PlayStation VR, but if you have a PSVR and somehow have never played Resident Evil 7, make sure you play it in VR first if you can handle it, because the experience is... oh my God. A million chef kisses.
And that leaves us with one more important reason why Resident Evil 7 is better than Resident Evil 2 Remake. Jack.
Welcome to the family, son.
Oh, I didn't understand the sentence that I wrote, because I didn't put in a comma. Use punctuation, kids.
Oh, you know.
I, like most, thought that the Tyrant was one of the best improvements in Resident Evil 2. He really ratchets up the tension and has more of an impact on the overall game than he did in the original. Plus, they handle him pretty well.
I mean, the introduction to Tyrant is cited by many as being the perfect way to handle horror without things like jump scares or musical stings.
Jesus Christ!
There's just one tiny little problem with that. How is it any different than this?
Thought you'd just slip out before dinner was done?
It's not. The answer is that it's not. And when I played back through RE7 for this video, I realized something. The Tyrant in RE2 Remake isn't impressive at all, because they just copied what they did with Jack. Jack follows you through quite a bit of the house section, just like the Tyrant follows you through the police station. They both get introduced the same way, they both search for you when they lose your trail, and they both can't be killed. The difference is that the Tyrant can be fairly easily avoided because there's a lot of rooms that are big enough for you to train him around, and if that fails, you can just run circles around the police station to lose him. Jack, on the other hand, is much harder to avoid because the house is super claustrophobic, so running around him doesn't work, and you can't really run loops around the whole building because it's fairly small. So instead of running, it becomes a game of hide and seek. Sneaking around Jack becomes your only way to avoid him, and that is so much more intense. If he finds you, there's nowhere to turn. It feels like when you're a kid and you're trying to sneak out into the kitchen to grab a snack when you're supposed to be asleep, and then your dad comes out and he's like, "Hey, I thought I told you." And on top of that, he's way faster than the Tyrant, and oftentimes will just walk as fast as you can run. And he fucking taunts you while he's doing it, which to me is even scarier.
An old man, son. You can't take on an old man?
So then, why do so many people praise the Tyrant from Resident Evil 2 Remake instead of Jack? Does nobody remember? Has nobody played Resident Evil 7? Or is it that people just don't care?
When you break it down, these games really are very similar. They took a lot from Resident Evil 7 when making Resident Evil 2, but in almost every situation, they didn't understand why it was so good in Resident Evil 7, and they screwed it up somehow. Are you sure that's the line? Nick? I don't know, Nick. You're reading it.
Nick, tell the voices to stop.
And yet, people sing Resident Evil 2's praises from the mountaintops.
Resident Evil 2.
And simultaneously forget that Resident Evil 7 even exists. I mean, there are things that Resident Evil 2 does do better than Resident Evil 7. The graphics are a huge improvement. See, a good way to combat VR sickness is with high frame rates. Resident Evil 7 is locked at 60 frames a second. But in order to do that, the graphics had to take a little bit of a hit, and they're just not as good as they could have been. And the lip syncing in Resident Evil 7 is fucking unacceptable sometimes.
Stay the fuck out!
Like, there is no excuse for this. But on the whole, I think Resident Evil 7 is a far better experience. And maybe I'm just imagining it, but it seems like most people don't agree with that. And I just don't understand why. But I guess that's just the way the internet is. If you haven't played Resident Evil 7, go play it and see what I'm talking about. And if you haven't played it in a while, go play it again and see how it holds up. Make sure you laugh a lot, eat a lot, and have fun doing it. There. Have I convinced you? Where the fuck did everyone go? Well, I guess I'm free to leave.
Hey, there he is.
So, you like the review, and you agree about Resident Evil 7?
No, I didn't watch it. Zane convinced me a few minutes after it started.
And I've never even played it. Well, if it was gonna be that easy, we could have just talked about it, and then you wouldn't have had to kidnap Colin. How did you do that, by the way?
It was easy. First, when me and Nick went to go talk about camera stuff, he saw a spider and got scared. So then I slowly walked out of the utility closet. Then when he screamed, Zane ran into the utility closet to see what was up. Gave me the perfect opportunity to go behind the couch and steal Colin. And then I took him from the couch and put him behind the bar. Then, when you guys were distracted by the book, I slowly took Colin back into the utility closet.
Oh, that's cool. But it's all behind us now. Can we just get the Galdern party started?